What life lesson did you learn that you will never forget? And when did you learn it? Never refuse when someone offers you a breast mint. My grandfather after I declined a breast mint from him. Learned that after my friend told me that girl who ghosted me thought I had a bad breath. She offered me gum before we hung out, but I said no. Being 15 was tough. Even if I didn't have bad breath, gum is awesome, I would always accept that offer. Staying 15 is easy though, good friend, unless the others won't believe in your strengths. You see, age is the most relevant factor if it comes to a safe approach to everything, especially if you are about to chew some wood. You can delegate authority. You can delegate responsibility. Being a mantra my mom has spoken since I was a kid. I learned this one as a young man. I was a maintenance supervisor at a resort, and every week we had to shut down a floor of each building in the winter time to do repairs and refurbishment on all the condo units. One employee complained that he got stuck with painting all the time, so I told him if he was comfortable replacing the hot water heaters that week, he could do the job. So I was focused on all the logistics and normal operation and let him do his thing. The day before everything was to be inspected and put back into service, I discovered that the employee had 4 more water heaters to replace and he had not put all the previous units' cabinetry back together. The heaters were hidden under the countertop in the kitchen. We had to pay thousands of dollars to a plumbing company to come in and finish the job because there was no way to get it all done in time. My boss in the home office was furious and asked how this happened when we were doing all the other floors on time. I tried to explain that the employee fucked up and didn't tell anyone in time. But my boss explained to me that it's my job to make sure they did their job and not make excuses. I was pissed, but after I cooled off, I realized he was right. You can assign tasks and projects to others, but ultimately, you have to be responsible for the overall outcome. You don't like everybody, so don't worry about everybody liking you. Of course, be respectful to everyone you meet, but don't bend over backwards to please all of them. Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. So basically, leave Reddit altogether, lol. Don't take criticism from is not the same as don't look at the silly cat they posted. My best friend passed away a few years ago, and I learned 2 life lessons. First, never keep people in your life if they don't love and respect you as much as you do them. Second, never take for granted the time you spend with the people you keep. It could be over any day. I used to spend evenings with my grandmother every single day. One day, I was busy with some schoolwork and could not spend the time with her. She passed away that night. It has been 10 years since that day, and not a single day has passed when I do not contemplate what would have happened if I just spent some time with her that evening. Since then, I have made it a point to never take people for granted. It could be over before you even realize. Not everyone at work is and wants to be your friend. Some just pretend and then fuck you over. Learned that doing my apprenticeship and found the same shit in almost every other company I worked for so far. My self-appointed BFF at work got mad at me, so she went to my boss and made up things that I had allegedly said about my boss. My boss knew she was lying. When my boss called me into her office, BFF was laughing at me. My boss just told me to stay away from her and said she never understood why I had been friends with her. Now she pouts because I refuse to talk to her at all. My dad taught me as a teenager that relationships should be easy. Biggest and best lesson I've ever learned. Relationships should not be filled with drama, but with friendship and respect. Really helped me choose who to be with. Now I teach my daughters the same thing, so maybe they can prevent being in a painful relationship. This is so true. I worked with a couple of women once who said me and my girlfriend didn't love each other because we didn't have massive fights. I said that we just agree on a lot of the same things, and when we do disagree, we rationally talk it out, and they couldn't comprehend a relationship without fights.